Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here today. It is a hot one today, guys. Uh, Went to work earlier today. Then, after work, I went to the gym and worked out a little bit. And as you can see, I'm exhausted. I worked out for about an hour and I feel like I need a nap or so. I've been trying to do this like every, not every day, but every other day. So, um, but it's necessary because between that, guys, and green tea, and then just it's been helping because I'm starting to see a little bit of the results, which is good. And I'm eating. Let's see. Um, I am eating some of the things that I like, but I'm not overdoing it like I used to. So, like for example, in Market Basket, because guys, you know I love food, but I have to curb, how I eat, um, especially sweets. They have these. They look like those devil dogs that have the cream inside, but these are like the round ones that have the cream inside. And I would buy that. They would have six in a pack. Oh my god, guys, they taste so good. And then I got to the point where I was buying 2 packs of them, and you can't lose weight when you're doing this kind of stuff. So what I started to do instead of that is those Debbie oatmeal cookies, the smaller ones that have the cream in there. I get that and eat that instead. And then if I get a desire for the other one, I'll just buy it from time to time. I can eat some of the things, but um, not as much as I've been doing. So it's been a struggle. Like I said, food and me, it's just been a struggle, but I am seeing some progress because I've been hitting the gym, and it's important, that I take care of my health. Little by little. I don't push myself. I do baby steps like I talk about in my prior videos. Just take a step, even half a step, you know, because as you do that and you see a little progress, then it gives you the motivation to keep going. So, with that being said today, I hope you guys are doing good. It is really hot out there. I thank God for AC. There was a time I didn't even have AC on my car because it had broken down, and I had to order a AC compressor, and those things can be expensive. But a while back, my son showed me a site where you can get these things like a bidding, and you can bid for these things. Some of these things are like brand new. So I was able to get a brand new AC compressor. Um, and how much did I didn't even spend a lot for it. And it was delivered, and then I had my mechanic to put in the AC compressor, and all I had to do is pay for the labor because I was able to purchase it that way. And that site is really good because when you are watching your dollars or you just can't afford the work, you can bid on things and get it at a certain price. So because before that, I didn't have AC in my car, and that was really crazy. So no matter how hot it is out there, I have AC in my car, and thank God I have AC in the house because it's about 92 degrees. And when it gets hot and then it gets humid, you start to feel sluggish no matter how much water that you drink or any kind of cold liquids. The hotter it gets, the more you just feel sluggish. So today is a good day to just drink a lot of liquids. If you can relax today, do so. I had water before drinking tea, and like I said, I drink that when I get urges to have coffee because I only have 1 cup a day now. Just little steps. So, guys, I hope you're doing good. Maybe some of you guys are at the beach, in the water, cooling off. Whatever you do, just make sure you're safe and that you are staying cool. So, guys, with that being said, let's get into the video today. The topic of discussion is never settle for less than what you deserve. Never allow yourself to settle for less than you deserve. Um, I used to do that a lot just so that I don't have to, so I could just be subservient. And like I said in prior videos, but it's not a good thing because then that means you're putting yourself last, and not only putting yourself last, but what that means is that you're neglecting yourself so that you can take care of something else. And you have to put yourself as a priority, especially when it comes to your health, your physical and your mental health. That's a priority, regardless of what other people are trying to tell you. You have to take care of that. Um, this topic of discussion reminds me when I was in high school. Um, in my yearbook, my English teacher, Mr. Krell, wrote something profound in my yearbook. He said, Lisa Vaughn, never sell yourself short. And I kept reading that over and over. And that's all he put in my yearbook and signed his name. And I never really understood that until I got older and started going through life. And I understood what he meant by that. And I'm going to say that to you guys out there. Never sell yourself short. Never allow life to cause you to put yourself last, to put your everything about you on a back burner. Never allow that. And if you feel that's the case, then start making goals to change that, because it is important to put yourself first. It's not being selfish, it's not being stuck up, it's not none of that. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can break down just like a car. If you don't put gas in a car, it's not going to run. If you don't do the necessary oil change, the tune-ups, the etc., then the car is not going to run. And if it does, it's not going to run properly. It's the same with your mental and physical health. You have to take care of that and prioritize that. Doesn't matter about the noise and that other people are talking. I tune all of that out. You have to take care of yourself, because when you feel better, you take care of yourself, you feel better, you do better, you can give the best version of yourself to whatever it is that you have to do, whether it's work, your family, your children, etc. But if you're run down and you're not well, then you can't give to anybody else or yourself. So it's important to keep um, putting yourself as a priority. We all have busy schedules, but it's important that you take time out for yourself every day. It's not being selfish, even if it's 2 hours a day. Spend it doing something that you like. If you love music, put on a playlist of music and go sit by the water in a park, and do that. But always make time for yourself. It's so important. Um, when you start to take care of yourself and you really start to take care of your physical and mental health, what starts to happen when you continue to do this on a consistent basis is that your self-esteem starts to grow. Because I know when I first started, my self-esteem was way down in the ground. But as I continue to take care of myself and do therapy every week, then my self-esteem start to build up. And as your self-esteem build up, so does your self-worth. And when you start to recognize that you are worth it and your self-worth is up there, you're not going to settle for less than what you deserve. And you're going to know the difference, because as you work on yourself, you start to feel better. You feel better, you do better. And you start to see things from a different perspective than what you saw before you started doing the work. I know that's the case for me. It's so important. And I want to encourage all of you to start taking care of yourself and know your self worth. And I've heard, I talk to different women, and when they talk to me about their stories and different things, some women will say, well, um, I heard one woman say something about just being in a situation, so rather than being alone. Me personally, I would rather spend time with my own company than to be in a situation that is less than what I deserve. And it doesn't mean that I feel like I'm better than somebody else and etc. It means that we're not on the same page. We're not walking in the same direction, and we're not on the same level when it comes to, um, taking care of ourselves and etc. and so forth. And sometimes people get into a rut, because they don't want to be alone. Time is going by. We're getting older. So they just settle for whatever comes their way, and for me, that's not okay. You know, know your worth as you start to do the work. Meditation is also very good. I do meditation where I sit and just talk to God, um, sit and think about the way my life is going, things that I want to change in a different direction. And then I just take steps. It's scary because we don't know how things are going to turn out because this journey called life doesn't come with an instruction book. But I promise you, as you step out to do the work and you ask God to help you, He's going to be there. And if you're sincere and you are serious about this, He will be there to help you every step of the way. Because I know He's been there for me. And it hasn't been easy, but I don't give up and I don't give in because you're talking about our mental and physical health, which is everything. Because without that, there is no life, there's no functioning. So it's important that we build that up. I have some notes here, and it also helps you as you do the work. I always encourage everyone to start with therapy because sometimes you don't know where to start, but therapy was the starting point for me because as I did the work with therapy, I started to think of some creative ways to help myself when I wanted, you know, my time to myself, music. And I have a little piano that I play. I don't play well, but it's something that I do because it's soothing and healing. And meditation, I watch uplifting videos. I may watch a video to learn something like this morning when I got up to go to work. I got up a little earlier and I was just watching a video about Native Americans and their plight in life and how all of it got started. Just to learn something new. I love learning new things, and just doing things differently because not allowing myself to get into a rut. It's summertime. The weather is the days are longer. The weather is hot now. But it's summertime. Do things. If you have a chance to go away, do so. Do things that is going to make you feel good about life and yourself. You know, like I encourage everyone to take one day at a time, one step at a time. And it's important to take time out every day for yourself and think about some of the things that you would like to do, goals for yourself, and write them down and think of some ways that you want to accomplish those goals, and it's okay to ask for help sometimes, depending on, what the situation is, but strive to reach those goals. Do things that just uplift you. And the goals can be something simple like, okay, I haven't taken a vacation for 3 years, so this is the year I'm going to take a vacation. And I'm going to plan to go maybe Cape Cod or et cetera, wherever. And then start planning the time you want to take off for that, when you want to go, and start, working towards that. So little things, start with little goals, and as you reach those goals, then later on start with something bigger. But like I said, take baby steps, one day at a time, one step at a time. Nothing ventured is nothing gained. And for me, what I had to do also is just I always talk about cut off, block, and delete. But I'm at the point now in my life, since I've done all of that, is to embrace new beginnings. Have people in my life who are uplifting and who really genuinely care about me. And, I care about them as well, getting to know people, and being able to have two friends or so. We go and hang out sometimes, and just, enjoy life, embrace it to the fullest. Because people, when you go through a lot of grief and loss and just sadness and depression, um, what I learned, and it was hard for me to get this in my head at first. My therapist would say to me over and over again, your passed over loved ones, especially your mom, would never want you to stay in a place of sadness, pain, and grief. And I fought hard to overcome it. I still have that because the void is going to be there forever. However, the grief doesn't have to overtake me, and I don't have to succumb to it, and neither do you. Just taking steps, to embrace life to the fullest, baby steps, because that happened back in 2020 and 2021, all of this loss. But as I started to continue to show up for therapy, do work on myself, and continue to move forward, then things start to get better and I start to feel better. And as I feel better, I do better. I take care of myself. I make sure I go to the doctor, make sure I exercise, starting to eat better. And of course, sometimes I fall off the bandwagon and eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating, but it's not like before. Sometimes we just have to have that fried fish or have something that we grew up with, right? Then it's okay because otherwise I'll be depriving myself forever. But as long as I don't make a habit out of it, and do things that stimulate your mind. Like if you like something and you have a goal to accomplish something, take baby steps to do that, you know, and just take care of yourself. It's so important. And and that's what I'm encouraging everyone to do. This is a no judgment zone here on this channel, and what I do here is talk about my own experiences. And I have my days too where I don't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like getting up this morning, um, but I have to do what I have to do. I'm on a summer schedule, so my schedule is a little different than normal, but I still have to get up, go to work, and do what I have to do. And I just used to be in a space where I would just lay there and overthink. Do I want to do it this way? Do I want to wear this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to go there? Do I want to take a shortcut? And it would be to the point where the clock is ticking and I'm sitting there overthinking. So I learned to just get up and do what I got to do. And then, everything else will fall into category as I go along throughout my day, because otherwise I'm procrastinating and then everything falls behind schedule. So it took a long time for me to get to this point, but I did little steps, and working on this on a daily basis. So don't rush yourself. Take your time, and do little things to upbuild you. And I'm talking also to those who are in a space of grief. Let yourself feel the pain, but don't stay there. Don't be stagnated in that pain, and don't isolate yourself too much. Go out, go sit by the water. It's beautiful to sit by the water and it just feels to me, it just feels like God is there and you could just sit there. There would be times I would do that in my grief and pain and just sit there for a minute in silence, and do things that's going to uplift your spirit, because you can't stay in a place of depression and grief too long because you can get stuck there. And if you have a support system, use that. People can't do anything about the situation of grief, but they can be there to listen and support you. And this is why I always encourage therapy, especially for those who don't have a support system like myself. You talk to your therapist about what's happening. It took me a long time to open up to him. We used to just sit there and stare at each other for a while before I started to open up to him, and then he now to this day understand why it was so difficult for me, because I started to share more. And it's important to vibe with the right therapist, because as you do so in time, you start to do the work, open up, communicate what's happening, and that's so important. And take your power back. Don't ever give your power away to other people so that they can manipulate the direction that your life will go in. You're responsible for you and your life, and one day at a time, one step at a time. What I encourage you today is to Google a therapist if you haven't done so as of yet, and find one, maybe talk to a few and find the one that vibes with you, and let that be a starting point. And I promise you, everything else will start to fall into place as you do that, and you do that on a regular basis. That's how I did it. It's like getting a box of puzzles, right? And the pieces are all mixed up. You don't know what that picture is until you start it. Just like turn the whole box upside down, put all the puzzle pieces, and just start putting them together. And as you continue to do that consistently, you start to see what this picture is. Oh, this is a picture of a bear standing next to a tree or something like that. You start to get it, but you didn't get it until you started putting the pieces together. And that's how you have to do this thing called life and grief. You can't let yourself stay there. So surround yourself with good people who care about you. And what I started to do also is remove toxic situations and individuals from my life, because that's going to add to the grief and to the pain, you know, little by little, take steps. And music is the healing source to pain and grief and etc. Have a playlist on your phone, earplugs. That's what I do at the gym. I think that's why I can work out longer, because I have a playlist of music going. But then afterward, I get so tired, like right now, especially in this heat. But do things to uplift your spirit. Look at videos that are funny. I watch a lot of dog videos. People post videos on Facebook about their dogs, and it's so funny, some of them, that I share them with some of my friends, and they have them laughing as well. So laughter is also the best medicine as well. And keep showing up at this channel, because there's going to be days that I say things that may not resonate as much, but then again, the next day I may say something that I've gone through that you might be currently going through, and it may resonate with you, and I will talk about how I got through it. And maybe if you apply those situations, those things into your own situation, it can help you as well. So please keep showing up here. I can't promise a time when I'm going to be here, but hit the notification button, subscribe to the channel, and it will give you a notification as to when I'm here. And share these videos with other people. Let them know that this is a no judgment zone. I'm not a therapist or a social worker, just a person who experienced so much um, pain and grief in life. And I talk about how I got through it and how I'm still getting through it. So, guys, that's the message today. Go enjoy yourself. Go to the beach. Go to the pool. I know it's kind of hot out there, but if you go to the beach or the pool, you can cool off. And make sure you're in a cool place and that you're drinking plenty of water or other cold liquids, and keep yourself active, keep yourself well, and enjoy this weather too. It's summertime. Um, Thank you for being here. I'll be back again tomorrow with a new message. Not sure of the time, but tell other people about this channel, especially those who are going through grief and difficulties, so that they can be here and get these messages as well. Thank you again, guys, and you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.